Sacrifice the biscuit.
Right at the start. Hi, Fluffy. Hi, Maya. Biscuit is currently cleaning himself in my lap. Isn't that right, baby? Hey, baby. I get baby scritches. Okay. Hi, y'all. Apologies for... did we last play 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? I don't remember. Regardless, Biscuit, don't mess with my microphone, please. Thank you, baby. Biscuit? Biscuit, I love you. Don't do that. Hi, Maya. What was I saying? Anyways, apologies for... it's been a bit since we did some Edgeworth thing. Investigating with... whatever. Words are hard. Hold on. There we go. I had to fix myself again. Because Biscuit be messing me up. All I remember is we're at a theme park. And we're meeting some old friends. And others in costumes. And I'm curious to see who else we're going to meet. It's been a bit since we got Edge Boy. Biscuit, you were so calm while I was sitting here reading a book. And the moment I start stream, you know what's happened. And you're like, oh, what's this? And just bops the microphone 1,000 times. Okay, now you have to get off because now you're biting my finger. There you go, baby. Okay. Anyways, I don't like how you said that, Fluffy. I don't like how you said that now that I think about it again. I don't like it. Ah! My microphone. Okay. Points? Wait, what do you mean the points aren't working? Which one? No, that should be working. Oh, right, I forgot about that. You're tapping them and nothing is happening? Interesting. Let me see. Maybe try refreshing. That might work. What was the last thing that fucking happened? Oh, yeah. Okay, we were at the stadium last. Looks like we got the boot again. Ah! Okay, I'm positive. I promise. I will hydrate. It's right here. I did forget to make tea for myself, but I have a full thing of water, and I also have cough drops if I need them. Unsafe. The focus of the investigation was shift solely onto the murder. You mean the infighting between the kidnappers? Yes, and also the identity of the remaining kidnapper. Okay. Miles, my boy! Oh, right, it's you. Tell me it's true. Tell me that you really found my boy. Yes, Mr. Romano, we found him earlier in the stadium. And then my little Lance is unhurt? He's not exactly the picture of perfect health, but his life is not in danger. He's being questioned right now by Agent Lang. Let me know if the volume is right. Poor Lance. It must have been so horrible for him. Locked up like a... yes, quite horrible. Miles, my boy, I can't thank you enough. This was nothing. I'm still in shock about what happened to Oliver. Oh, but I have to say I'm relieved that Lance is all right. Oh, that's right. Well, I mustn't forget to pass this on to Lance as soon as the police are finished with him. A letter? My dear Lance Amano, may I come see you again? Your beloved Viola. Viola. Why does it look like a fucking... Oh, what's the word I'm thinking of? A murder note? A ghost note? Like something a ghost wrote? I don't know. Some sort of horror movie thing. Oh, the way Lance is being chased after by women reminds me of someone I know. I almost can't believe he received yet another love letter, you know. Here, take a look for yourself. Isn't this a breach of confidentiality? Again, look, like, I know that I'm pretty sure it's just because it's wet, but Jesus Christ. This is straight out of a horror movie. It's a very simple love letter. Oh, hey, let me see. Huh? That's really weird. It's from a loan company, Tinder Lender. Looks more like a collection bill to me. The Cinder is the Tinder Lender loan company. I have so many questions about that, but I don't think I'm gonna get any of the answers here. He loves me not. He loves me not. Oh, that's the 12th one. You can't give up, Lauren. Just one more try. Excuse me, but I can't help but feel a bit sorry for all the flowers you've gone through. I suppose if they were me, then... I believe you said that you were Lance's girlfriend when we first met, correct? Yes, I am, but... No, it's not like we both think of each other as lovers. But he did give me this ring, so I guess we're not just friends either. That's a ring pop. It's candy. You eat it. I mean, because this isn't just any ordinary ring. It tastes so sweet when you lick it. It's so wonderful. You mean to tell me that he gave you a lollipop ring? So which is it? Have you guys not decided if you're going out or is it just one-sided? Decided. Shouldn't the party involve naturally just no? Boy, Edgeworth, do I have some news for you. Some people be dense as fuck. Hi, Kayla. Do I not hear it? Hi, y'all. Hello, hello. Thank you for the raid. How was stream? How you doing? Let me figure out why I didn't hear it. I heard the sound alerts. Hi, Wisp. Sit down, relax. Get yourself some water. We're here to solve murder! And also kidnapping! For at least 2... Yeah, exactly. Some people be dense. And also... Yeah, it's just one of those things. My father used to work for Mr. Romano. And so Lance and I grew up together. I said it out loud. Dense is a word. It is a word. Many things are words. Murder is a word. Murder is a word that this series knows well. Or do they more think homicide? Corpse. They definitely know corpse. Another Queer Thursday. There was much murder. Yay! I hope you enjoyed your murder. Now get ready for our murder. Wait, I don't want to die. I don't see how that's anything to be embarrassed about. So your father was an employee of the Romano Group. What did he do? I heard his job was to fly around the world on Pegasus. Okay, Pegasus? A woman turned into a giant lamprey. Kinky? Hot? Smash? Are all those the correct response? Oh, Pegasus was the name of the airplane. The airplane belonged to the company. Not this time? Oh, okay. A chicken wing sleeping position and stabbing you. Ah, the things we do for the love of our cats. Isn't that right, Biscuit? He's very deadly, just not on purpose. You had me there for a second. And now it's all changed. My father, he isn't around anymore. Yeah. Okay, from what I understand, basically the guy who was kidnapped, Lance Amano, gave it to her. But it's a problem of, is it actually a romantic thing, or is it just a, here, have this piece of candy, but she's just like in love with him? I don't know what's going on, to be honest. She could just be faking the whole thing too, that's also possible. He isn't around anymore. Oh, I see. About 10 years ago, he rode in Pegasus off to somewhere and never returned. Riding Pegasus to whereabouts unknown. Sounds like the stuff legends are made of. It's been so long. I don't think I'd recognize him if we were to ever meet again. Okay. I bet. Here's the thing. I don't think I'd recognize him if we were to ever meet again. What are the odds we maybe have already met him? Wait. Because he was... No, I'm thinking of something else. I was like, how long has Oliver Deacon's been working for the Amano family for a long time? I was about to say, maybe? But I think he's been there too long. I'm so sorry, Lauren. But I won't give in to the sadness. I have to live. Yes, Lauren. Oh, yeah, Meekins and fucking Old Bag fucking reappeared last time we played. We'll probably see them again today. Don't you worry. They're here. They're in the park. About this incident. Incident? But isn't the kidnapping already over and dealt with? I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about any other incident. How did you come to know that Lance had been kidnapped? Oh, that's because of my woman's intuition. You base everything on that. I know everything when it comes to my Lance. It's really strange. It really must be destiny. Blush, blushy, blushy. So why are you saying blush out loud? She started fantasizing again. Also, the fact that... So what are you going to do now, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, also, this girl here is our new sidekick. She's a thief who hasn't yet stolen anything. We already established that there's a good chance that the killer is the other kidnapper. It's my duty to figure out who this other person is. I believe there's one location that might hold a clue or two. The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout. But we're still not allowed in, remember? Agent Lang and his men should be done with this area. In that case, there's no harm in asking that officer over there to let us in. Her scarf thing looks like a wing. Oh yeah, her scarf, like the end of her scarf looks like a wing, and she's got the three-footed raven or crow. Got distracted. Hi, Bye Beast. Hello, hello. Welcome, y'all. Let's go talk to him, see if we can get in. You. What do you have to report? On the OG. Wow, yeah. Sir, nothing unusual or out of the ordinary, sir. Where have I heard such redundancy before? Is it possible for you to let us take a look around inside? Sir, roger, sir. That was surprisingly hassle-free. These things usually require either some sort of distraction, or presenting some sort of evidence, or getting some sort of letter from someone else. Usually Phoenix is getting it from me, actually, now that I think about it. Are you certain? Didn't Agent Lang order you not to allow me in? Sir, that's true, sir, but Detective Gumshoe asked me personally to let you in, sir, and I couldn't refuse a request from him. Wow, looks like Detective Gumshoe has a following. Furthermore, I was asked to give this document to me, sir. What is this? The man in this picture. Isn't this Oliver Deacon? Oliver Deacon. It's another... It's not an anagram. It starts with an A. Fuck. Hold on. What was it? Unless anagram is correct. It is anagram. It is anagram. I'm not stupid. Whereabouts unknown after his escape from Penn E. Dent prison. Stole a gun from a guard during his escape. We thought he might head for where his wife and sole daughter... Nope, okay, I was right. This is the father. But despite our surveillance, he has yet to show up. Haha, I was right. He is... You are the father. Specifically, her father. But the name here says Colin Devore. That's the same name as the one on the back of the pendant. It appears that Colin Devore was his real name. What's this? He was convicted in a case 10 years ago. 10 years ago, he disappeared. 10 years ago, he disappeared. And sent to prison. What? And then what was he doing here? Apparently, he broke out of jail and just vanished. He must have become Oliver Deacon to cover up the fact that he was an escaped felon. Now I'm not sure what's going on anymore. I did forget that this had Colin Devore, which we already figured out was the Oliver Deacon anagram last time. I just forgot. Is there some sort of link between the victim's past and this current case? Well, these police documents are rather detailed. I should take the time to give them a thorough read eventually. That's fine. Let's focus on one thing at a time, starting with the kidnapper's hideout. Yeah, I agree. We should investigate first, think later. More than thinking things through, I think you should try remembering things first. Now then, if you could please unlock the door, officer. It was locked up until a little while ago, but since then the door's been wide open, sir. Not sure I follow what it is you're saying. Care to explain in a bit more detail? Sir, the door was locked down tight when they went to check out the room. They got about 10 officers to help out and break the door down, sir. I see. I guess that means I get Agent Lang's leftovers. Well, let's see what we find. Ew. Are they in here? Can I... Yes, can I read through this more? Oh, I've already read it all. Never mind, it's not helpful. So this is where the kidnappers planned their foul deed. I mean, if you don't have a choice of getting in, you don't really have a choice. Like, you gotta break down a door if you can't get through it, you know? Although you can always pick a lock. I'm sure it wasn't really that sophisticated. I'm sure the single-sided jiggler would have been enough. You were tied up for a while. Well, you were tied up for a while in the room next door. Okay, please. Must you bring that up again? Now then, down to business. There might still be some clues left in this room. I'll try to find out what we can of the other kidnapper's identity. Begin investigation! Oh, this must be where they dispose of old and worn-out costumes. That's so sad. It would seem that they throw the costumes away in pieces. Ah, the Bad Badger outfit. Wait, isn't there the Bad Badger head in this room? Beyond this door is where the kidnappers held you after getting the jump on you. Must you keep reminding me? But it's the room where I got to see your awesome face. You didn't need to remind me of that mortifying moment either. I won't rest till I've suspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. There are 3 cups. There are 3 cups here. I'm gonna say that it was Lance Amano, Oliver Deacon, and the murderer. Whoever the 3rd kidnapper was. Cheap styrofoam cups. Looks like only 3 cups were used. I feel like the fact that 3 cups were used is kind of more significant. I wonder what this key is to. You got me. There are 4 lights. There are 3 coffee cups. There are 2 empty key slots and 1 key. Reminds me of the key we found in the other room. That's it. This must be the key from one of those trap doors. That wasn't a trap door. You only called one because you quite literally jumped into it. Hey, but isn't that what you're supposed to do when you see one? I'm not having this conversation with you. A poster of Kate Wonderland is stuck on this wall. Intrigue, fun, prestige, Kate Wonderland has it all, and it's waiting for you. It's not especially catchy, is it? And suddenly Edgeworth is a theme park, connoisseur. I know the word. I don't know pronunciations. I don't speak French. I apologize. Folding chairs. By the looks of it, they were probably used by the kidnappers. There are 3 chairs set around the table. 3 chairs? 3 coffee cups? I'm thinking that there were 3 people in here, but you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Watch out, Mr. Edgeworth! It's a broken mirror. It probably came from the haunted house. Why is this here? Are they planning to repair it? Unused folding chairs leaning against the wall in their folded state. Wow, whoever lined these up did it perfectly. Not even a single hair off. I feel bad using these because it'd be like stealing the perfection away. I suspect it's more like you wouldn't want to be the one to put them away. Okay, before I go down there, I want to connect the dots. I'm connecting the dots! I've connected them! And the common denominator between the cups and folding chairs is the number 3. Speaking of which, the number of missing costumes is also 3. Oh wait, but I thought there were only 2 kidnappers. Indeed, something isn't adding up. Literally. Haha, math joke. I hope all of you nerds out there got the math joke. It's very funny. Please laugh. I don't hear you laughing. Very well, we'll just move on. Is it possible there's a third kidnapper that Lance didn't see? Lance is the third kidnapper. It wasn't a kidnapping. He just wanted the money. He wanted the money. Okay, let's go down. Hey, there's a trapdoor in this room, too. It's not a trapdoor, it's an entrance to the underground passage key. Oh, right, I know that. The door leading to the outside world was locked, so Lance must have escaped his prison through here. Can I go down there? Oh, they had barrels like these just outside. Yes, and... Well, I know I already asked you when we were out there, but if these were real, what would you put in them? There's an expectant gleam in her eyes that I'm about to dash. This door is thoroughly broken thanks to the police who forced it open. Hello, there's a sword here. It looks like a sword, the broken one. Strange, why would it be broken like that? Swords don't usually break on their own. That's true. Alright then, let's think about it in this way. Maybe it broke when someone was trying to use it or on something. Hypotheticals aren't going to get us anywhere. Perhaps we should think more on this later. That doorknob handle thingy is looking pretty beat up. I suppose that's what happens when 10 officers break their way in with brute force. Hey, that's odd. The lock on this is completely fine. Look, not a single dent. But how is that possible after what that officer told us? Yeah, if the lock had been in use when the door was busted down, the lock itself should be completely wrecked. So the lock on the door leading to the outside is undamaged. How could that be? Because the door wasn't locked? Question mark? The panel that hid the entrance to the underground is propped up and wide open. Be careful of where you step, Kay. Clearly fell into that other opening once, you know. You jumped into it. Yeah, semantics. Okay, do I have enough clues? I think the prop sword was used to actually hold the door locked. I connected the dots, and I connected them. It's a bit strange that the police had to force their way into an unlocked room. One look at the pristine door lock, and anyone can see that it was not in use at the time. But the policeman outside said it took 10 men to get it open. A door that was locked tight, despite it being not locked at all. It can only be because of this. Oh, you mean... Yes, it was used to jam the door. Oh yeah, take a look at the door handle. Do you see how the handle is completely destroyed? So that's how the sword broke. I thought that we might uncover the true identity of the kidnappers, but instead we've only uncovered more questions that need to be answered. I hate, that's a goddamn jump scare! That's horrible! Go away, Proto Badger! I'm gonna bonk you to death with a bat! Stop looking at me! I don't like it! What is it? Wow! Mr. Edgeworth, am I correct? What are you doing? Suddenly popping up. Yep, same. Nope. Suddenly popping out of the secret entrance like that. There's an underground passage used by staff member, sir.
Nope.
I don't want to float down here. We badgers also make use of it in our duties. Look, why don't you get out of there first and then we'll talk, okay? Can you also take the head off? I beg your pardon, miss. I want to take your head off. Who are you? Proto Badger, get. Alright, only one more to go. Hi, Biscuit. Can I help you? Hi, Biscuit. Biscuit, here. Here, baby. No. This way. Hold on. Baby. And off he goes. Never mind. There was no Biscuit in the lap right now. Biscuit, what you doing, buddy? You're just kind of staring at me. Okay. What are you getting all excited about?
Do a barrel roll.
Did you forget? The photo rally, duh. Gonna let her do jump? Yeah, obviously. She's fine. You know, exercise. She's a great thief. She needs the workout in the legs so you can jump real high and sneak through things and all that. See, look! Now all I have to do is get a picture of the bad badger and I'm done! Oh yes, I vaguely recall a contest or something of that sort. What? It's gone! Oh, where did it go? What happened? What's wrong? A bad badger costume is missing, sir! Oh, is that all? Oh, it's missing because the kidnapper stole it. I heard about how they were stolen. Well, they said that only 3 of the costumes had been taken. What? Seeing that more than 3 of them are gone. Mr. Pearl Badger, please tell me a little more about these costumes you use. Biscuit, don't get on top of my computer, please. Thank you, baby. What did you mean by a bad badger costume is missing? It's just what I said, sir. We're 1 bad badger short. Counting the spares, we have 2 of each costume on hand at all times. Okay, so because one of them is walking around in the park, the other should be in that room. Actually, both of them should be in that room. Huh? Well, what do you mean? Normally we don't use the bad badger costumes. In fact, we only use them during a certain event at a set time each day. Hi, baby. Are you back wanting attention? If you come up into my lap, you will get attention. Stay. I only need 1 hand to play this video game. It's the stage show where the bad badger wreaks havoc around the park. And the other badgers must work together to apprehend him, sir. I'm speechless that such a show exists. Well, sir, I was just trying to explain to you the only time we use that costume. Then doesn't that make it near impossible to take a picture of the bad badger? Personally, I can't believe that it's this close to showtime and there's no costume. Oh dear, what am I to do, sir? All this basically means that the kidnapper stole 4 costumes in total. Then, are you saying that there are 4 kidnappers? No, I don't think that's very likely. Oh? Recall the costumes for a minute. The stolen one, do you mean? What proves that a 4th kidnapper does not exist?
Take that!
If you had 4 people and you had wanted to steal a 4th costume, wouldn't you naturally go for the full sets and steal a pink badger costume instead? Yeah, that makes sense! And yet, the kidnappers decided to steal another bad badger. Now, maybe the culprits needed 2 bad badger costumes, but the question is, why? Because one of them was covered in blood! Observe! The 2nd bad badger costume. I believe it may be closer at hand than we think. What do you mean? The costume in the trash. Wouldn't you say that is wearing some very telltale pants? Seriously, none of these badgers wear pants except for the bad badger. Are we supposed to conclude, then, that all the good badgers are in fact nudist, and nudism is correct, and pants are bad? I mean, I'm wearing a skirt, so yes, pants are bad. Alright, maybe you want the person to ask. Hey, you're right! Let's get out of there and take a look. As I suspected, it's a bad badger costume. There's a hole in the hand. Well, minus the head. I won't rest until I've expected blah 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 blah. Oh my goodness, what happened? Wait, what evidence do I hold? I just want to look at stuff. Look! This hand is... I mean, I have to wear pants regularly. But, like, the 1 or 2 times that I have worn, I mean, loungers are good. Like, regular pants are bad. But, like, loungers are good. Look, its hand is hurt. It looks more like something was ripped off of it. What's in my evidence? Let's take a look. We have my badge. Not important. We have that head. And we have... I don't know what's missing from the hands. I wonder why this bad badger's costume right hand is torn up like that. Maybe it's a flesh wound from a fight with the blue badger. I always knew the blue badger was one ferocious beast. I somehow doubt that even real badgers are as bloodthirsty as that, Kay. known to carry a gun. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Fluffy. I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, even here... Well, no, we can't see him here. Here it is. A vile criminal with a gun! I believe what we have here is an inconsistency. Between what? Look carefully. Our costume is not holding something in its right hand that it should be. Oh, the gun! Precisely. The Bad Badger was designed to always hold a gun in his right hand. Terrible trigger discipline, that badger. However... You there, did you remove the gun from this Bad Badger's right hand? No, I did not, sir. The gun is supposed to be securely attached to the costume. As I thought, the rip itself confirms my hypothesis that the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto Badger, the gun is, of course, not a functioning weapon, correct? Absolutely not, sir. It's just a model gun. However, it can fire blanks. We need to use them for the stage show, and blanks are still incredibly dangerous. They're still incredibly dangerous if used incorrectly. Please be very careful handling blanks. Isn't that right, Biscuit? Even a blank at point-blank range can kill a person. Like, it won't work much further beyond that, but still. It seems that the kidnappers also had a need for the model gun, my dear costumed friend. An investigation complete. Seriously, I want to rip your head off and see who's under the mask. That's also true. If it can fire blanks, unless they're like very specific kind of blanks, like specially made for this kind of model, then it can also fire real bullets. That is correct. Baby Biscuit. Baby Biscuit, how you doing? Are you looking for attention, Baby Biscuit? Is that what you're doing? Is that why you're here? While I play with your little feetsies? So what's next? Well, we found a few answers, but there are still a few things left that we have to ask a certain person about. Let's go, Kay. Wait, no, what was the voice we were using for Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, sir! You've got to hurry, sir! Come on! What is it, detective? They found a Blue Badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir! What? Isn't that what one of the kidnappers was wearing? Bingo! That's why you gotta come to the main gate with me right now! Biscuit, are you about to leave my lap? If we hurry, we still might be able to get there before Wolf Boy does, sir! Alright, let's make haste to the main gate. Haha! I'm legally distinct! Biscuit, what you doing, baby? Whoop, down you go. I know you want to play with the strings on the light up there, but you can't. Because the only way to get up there is if you climb my chair, and I don't want you on the back of this chair. March 13th, huh? I mean, we are in Disneyland. I mean, Gatewaterland. Shh. Where's the costume detective gumshoe? It's on the other side of the fountain, sir. Was it out here in the open all along? No, it was discovered in the tall grass back there, sir. Ma'am? Kay was the one talking. But also, is this not the same Blue Badger that fucking welcomed us into the park? We moved it out here in order to examine it more thoroughly. There's something hanging out of the neck hole. I think we need to see what name is on there. Then let's get down to it. Who wants to bet that this motherfucking kid, that this girl actually does know where her father is, and that's also not her name? I would rest to have expected blah 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 blah. A thing that I say every time. What do we have here? Oh, it's Independence, baby. What you doing? That's 2 treasures in one day. How lucky is that? And hey, this pretty baby's made of platinum silver too. Another pendant on top of the one we found on Mr. Deacon. Biscuit, do you want to get up in my lap? Is that what you're? Yes, it is. Biscuit, what are you doing? Biscuit, what have I told you? No, you cannot get on back of the chair. Don't get up there. We're good. He almost ripped my headphones out. We're good. They're fine. Everything's good. Is it possible that these two... Oh, wait, no, what was the voice I had for... What was the voice I had for, Wolf Boy? Hold it right there. Hands off, Mr. Prosecutor. You sure know how to cross the line, don't you? The pendant, huh? Is a very rare but decisive piece of evidence. How can you tell? Look here and read off what you see. Lauren, hey, it's a name that's engraved on this. Excuse me. Lauren, you didn't even change your name. You didn't even do an anagram like your dad. You just changed your last name. Hi, Biscuit, what's wrong? Biscuit, I don't know what's wrong. You do not talk to me. No, Biscuit, you can't play with that. That's way up in the air. Miss Pop's pendant. Oh, they did say Miss Pop's pendant. Thank you for the honk. It does say, oh, it must belong to the one Lauren that we know. Even though this one says Lauren D and not Lauren P. We have you now, Miss Kidnapper. No, you don't understand. Lolly, I can't believe you were one of my kidnappers. Lance? You're kidding. Miss Pops is one of the kidnappers. Look closer. It says Lauren D. Maybe there's another Lauren running around, because the fact that they pinned it on her immediately makes me think, something doesn't seem right here. This feels like a red herring. Yes. Oh, or maybe it's not. It was me. I held Lance hostage. So Miss Pops is one of the kidnappers. But even knowing that, I can't call this case solved or over. Hey, guys, case closed. You have the car ready, and I'm in the special one for this one, young lady. Again, Mr. Prosecutor, what is it this time? Are you proposing that Miss Pops is also the culprit in the murder case? What happened? I thought Officer Meekins was your suspect. Wow, the placement on that one. Would you look at that? We found it. Found what? That officer's gun. He literally dropped it in the middle of a thick patch of grass. Your country's police are a sham. Just look at how careless they are. Who are you calling a sham? The officer's gun didn't show signs of having been fired, so it can't be the murder weapon. Officer Meekins has been cleared of all charges, I see. And that's when a brand new suspect comes walking onto the scene. The murder only happened because the kidnappers started fighting amongst themselves. As I recall, it was you who said that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? Miss Pops, did you really kill Mr. Deacon? Yes, I killed him. I can't believe it. Neither can I. Which is exactly why I don't think it's true. Thanks for the confession. Agent Lang, it's much too early to declare this case closed. Look at you, so sure of yourself. You got the culprit's own confession and some very incriminating evidence. What more could you ask for? Miss Lauren Pops. Yes? I want to hear it from you. Tell me your side of all that has happened today, from the kidnapping to the murder. But why? I'm a kidnapper and a killer. Isn't that enough? Word ban. Word ban. Got it. Oh, for sure, lecture type. Like, ooh, what would be a good one for him? The problem is, he's a bit too yellow to be the Shinx line. He'd be a wolf in sheep's clothing. We could call him Ampharos. Except maybe that'd be Manetric? Maybe. Manetric sounds good. Isn't that enough? It's fine if you're the one behind everything, but only if that is the truth. Maya, you make a great point. Shiny Shinx. What happened to my avatar? Why am I not moving? Hello? Am I broken? There we go. Oh, Electivire is also good. Now then, will you tell us the truth? Or is there some reason why you can't? I've had a change of heart. I think I'd enjoy seeing you soak away as the losing mutt. Alright, you heard me. Let's hear all about all the evil deeds you committed today, lady. Wait, Kaiju? I have one Kaiju. Kaiju. Kaiju time. The one who came up with the kidnapping plan was the butler, Mr. Deacon, who knew he could get rich by holding Lance hostage. Mr. Romano would pay anything to get his son back after all. And everything was going according to plan, but as soon as we got the money, Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me. There, are you satisfied? She just confessed to her crimes a second time. At least you have the guts to admit what you've done. I can at least respect that much. Miss Pulps, is that what you said really the truth? Yes, it is. If that is the truth, it certainly isn't the whole truth, because there is something that seems a bit too improbable in her confession. Improbable? What did the L-word lady say that was improbable? Would pay anything to get his son back.
Hold it!
Why do you think he did? I have no idea, but maybe he had planned on doing so from the very beginning. Did he pay? Yes. Edgeworth went to the place with the money. He was the one who paid. And he got beat over the head and tied up. Miss Pops. Wait, Mr. Deacon planned to kill Miss Pops from the very beginning. Was that ever really likely to happen? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Do I have evidence? Do I have evidence? Do I have... It's a pendant in the shape of a pair of wings. Has a rather nice aesthetic to it. Hey, nice to see that even you can appreciate its beauty. Things made of platinum silver tend to have a nice feeling about them, you know? I was only talking about its shape, Oh, okay. Is that what you were talking about? But, you know, if we're talking about wing shapes, I think the brooch on my scarf is way cooler. Well, that's not made of platinum silver, is it? It's handmade, okay? So I'm sorry that it's not made of the expensive stuff. She made that by herself. It's incredibly well crafted. L-word D is engraved into this pendant. I wonder if they belong to the... I wonder if they have the will of D from One Piece. I see that they wrote out her first name, but why just the D? Maybe it's the result of poor planning. I guess. Well, at least if I had to shorten my name, I would make it K Faraday. Because, you know, it sounds exactly the same. That way, even if it sounded out, it'd still say my name, K Faraday. I suppose if I had to do the same, I'd also abbreviate it as M. Edgeworth. Hold on, I think you should abbreviate it as M.E. Get it? Who would have thought that this little pendant could serve such a strange conversation? Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright knows all the weird shit. I'm trying to think. There should be an objection here. Time is up. We can say Lauren's name again. The only evidence I potentially have is that. There's also... Conspired with Deacon to kidnap Lance? Question mark? Kidnapping victim escaped from the kidnap battalion and was found at the stadium. Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't think what you just claimed is all that likely. Uh-huh. I don't think Mr. Deacon would have ever been capable of killing you. But why? We were total strangers. It's not uncommon for people to kill each other over money. Miss Pulps, you really are clueless, aren't you? What do you mean? You never knew what your role in the kidnapping was, nor do you know who you really are. But I do, and I can show you with this piece of evidence. This proves that Mr. Deacon wouldn't have been able to bring himself to kill Miss Potts. Okay, what's the correct piece? This one's Lauren D. This one's Colin D. Huh? Why are you showing this to me? So what about the pendant? Well, this pair of wings, along with this piece of evidence, shows you who you really are.
Take that!
These two pendants resemble each other, wouldn't you agree? You're right, they're the same color and they're even made of the same material. I believe that these two pendants are actually one. Huh? The Pegasus! Shall we give it a try? Wow, it's totally Pegasus! But why? Why does my pendant match up with Mr. Deacon's? You're a smart lady. I'm sure you can imagine why that might be. No, that can't be. So since you make a set, it's just another trinket. It's not as though this changed anything. You lack imagination, Agent Lang. Very well, I'll show you with this evidence. This is the piece of evidence that gives meaning to the Pegasus pendant.
Take that!
Oliver Deacon was just an alias for this man. His real name was Colin Devore, the name that is etched on the horse pendant. What? An alias? I suppose he had to hide the fact that he was a felon somehow in order to live. That makes sense, given what is written in Mr. Devore's dossier. What I really wanted to point out was this. This specific section is what reveals the true meaning behind those pendants.
Take that!
Mr. Devore had one daughter, and her name is Lauren Potts. That's a lie! That person was not my father! He couldn't come out and tell you he was your father because he was in hiding. However, I believe he was trying to secretly watch over you. Do you still believe that a man like that could kill the daughter he was separated from? Or even that such a man would allow his daughter to get involved in a kidnapping plot? That's what is so funny, Agent Lang. You're good at making things up in your head and deciding it's the truth, aren't you? What are you trying to say? Your thinking is much too innocent. After all, I've thought of another possibility. Is that so? Well, then let's hear it. I'll grant you that these two of them are father and daughter, but isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano, and the two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping. Wouldn't you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well? I mean, So this is his version of how things might have been. You don't have any proof that either one didn't know of their true relationship, right? You mean they knowingly committed the kidnapping as father and daughter? That's right, as one really rotten family. So that's really what happened. Let's take a long, hard look at the evidence. Considering that he's dead, that's the thing that makes me think, no, that's not what happened. Like, if it was just a kidnapping, you could maybe leave it there, but the fact that there was also now a dead person involved, Wow! Okay. Isn't it possible they both knew that fact?
Hold it!
You think they knew? Yeah, I don't think only the victim knew. I think the girl realized as well. They both knew who the other person was, but they had to pretend that they didn't. Because he was on the lam. You got it. The victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore, there was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano. What is the butler, and what is the friend of the son, you mean? They probably thought that was their best shot. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course. Do we have evidence that... Because they were supposed to have been... They worked for him forever, right? There's still so much about this that confuses and scares me. Like, because she was supposedly Lance's childhood friend. Of more than 10 years.
Hold it!
You mean how they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives? Can you think of a better partner? They're certainly a clever pair. The butler and the girlfriend. No one would ever suspect that they were, in fact, family.
Yes, from the very beginning, they painstakingly practiced those rules well.
Not really.
Hold it!
Again, I believe you're being a bit too overconfident for someone with no evidence.
Am I? Because I don't see you presenting any evidence to the contrary.
Without evidence, we're stuck in a stalemate. Agent Lang isn't wrong. His scenario is certainly a probable one. You better hurry up and do something, or Lauren's gonna wind up looking really bad. I know, but first things first. Is Agent Lang's line of thinking a line of logic factually correct? Did the two of them really knowingly commit the crime as father and daughter? Okay, let me look at my evidence again. What do we got? We have the pamphlet. The Badger Rally, the Bible, Bad Badger Head, the stolen costumes. Preliminary indicate loss of blood resulting from a gunshot wound. Like, the fact that he's dead, I feel like kind of breaks that whole line of logic, but... Letter for the Cinder is the Tinder Linder loan company. This part's I don't know what that's for. Oh, the surveillance. That's right. Wait. The question now is, what part's actually the one that they want me to present it to? Because I think with that, I think that's correct. It might be this one.
Objection!
I don't think that worked. Ah!
You dare to insult the courts?
Objection! Not so fast!
Lang Zi says, confidence is like the soul, and words without confidence are but empty shells. You shouldn't waste your breath on words you have no confidence in. I'd say something in full confidence and be wrong.
I don't need to be overflowing with self-confidence. I just need to think rationally. I only need to be confident in the facts. I think it was coincidence.
Objection!
Okay, clearly my logic has a flaw somewhere.
Hold it!
Precisely, and what father would ever willingly kill his own
Not so
daughter?
fast!
I mean,
I've seen a lot of things in my travels, and I don't really want to speak on just the horrible things that people can do. And I can tell you that being related by blood is sometimes proof of nothing.
Hold it!
no, we already did this. What evidence do I have to the contrary? Ah! Make good use of their, something isn't... I feel like I'm missing something mentally. Blue Badger Photo Rally. Blue Badger Bible. Badger's Head, the stolen costumes. I mean... maybe? The name Colin Devore is engraved here. There really might be people who carve their own names into a pendant. Oh, then why would that be? You have no imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. Did you ever think that maybe people want to have their loved ones always nearby? Also, if I have a wedding band, and I have no interest in accessorizing. I suppose. Anyway, you know what? More than wearing flashy accessories, I'd rather be engraving my name into every treasure I can find all around the world. I mean, you're right, butlers are... Here's the thing. Fiction so often has no idea what a butler is outside of someone who just fucking, you know, is just a maid at the house. It's like, no, that's not just a male maid. The butler does a lot of shit. Butler does everything. What? Did you find an important piece of evidence? I've seen this type of jewelry at a lot of stores before, so I know it when I see it. Okay, if you ever laid so much as a finger on those pieces of jewelry. What? Me? I never do something like that. Totally fine. Is it possible that she has never wanted to steal from a jewelry store before? The missing model gun, the broken prop sword, the dossier, this weird-ass love letter, the costume, and the badger movie. Son of a bitch, I'm missing something.
Objection! Knuckle back!
I was just trying something. The number 3? Oh, hold on. What do we... Wait, the number 3. I don't know what's wrong.
Objection!
Oh, okay. So the thing that I was trying to get at earlier was that there's supposed to be a third kidnapping. A third kidnapper. But the problem is, I didn't know where to slot that in. The kidnapping wasn't planned by just 2 people alone. And what kind of proof do you have of that? Quite simply, there are 3 kidnappers. 3! 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West area's back room. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. But as for the other 3, we can assume that they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were being used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a 3-man group, and I believe this 3rd person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. Who? Who is this mastermind? I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping. Lance Amano.
Take that!
Lance Amano?
Yes, this abduction was, in fact, schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us.
Do you see the faces of your kidnappers?
No, I didn't see their faces, but 2. One was a woman. However, there are 3 kidnappers, which is in direct contradiction to what he said. But I know I only saw 2 people.
This guy was being held hostage.
It's possible he couldn't see all 3 of them. Oh, yes, about when you were being held. I have my doubts about what happened then. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive? I really don't remember much anymore, honest. But if I don't tell you at least some, you won't believe me at all, will you? Won't believe me at all? I'm trying to remember if I had a voice for him before, now I don't remember what it is. I was kidnapped yesterday morning. Had me shut in that room, blindfolded the entire time. The kidnapper suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could. Through the underground passageway, I presume.
Are you okay?
Sorry, I really don't want to recall that horrible ordeal, but now you believe me, right? No, not quite yet. How can you not?
Why do you look at me with acid daggers in your eyes? Because he's a prosecutor, and because they're all like that. I'll have you know, Agent Lang, a prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth. Hence, should they be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. There's a sticking point, and that's his testimony. Let's see what he offers up, and I push a little. It was not in the... It was for Edgeworth's room, but not... But the point is, if you're blindfolded and you're cuffed, how do you know that A, that there is an underground passage, and B, where it is and how to open it?
Hold it!
By that room, you mean the room in the kidnapper's hideout, correct? Yes, but I was blindfolded the whole time, so I didn't know that until I made my escape. And then you were in the same room as your kidnappers. They spoke in hushed tones, but I could catch bits of their conversation. There was definitely two people, and one of them was definitely a woman. I was so scared, I could tell they were nearby, so I didn't dare make a move. But the kidnappers suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. The kidnappers disappeared. The room fell into a sudden silence. I'd been left behind like an unwanted mutt. And what do you mean by unwanted mutt? What a pointless question. It's not like he's going to tell you anything new, you know. It's a poetic simile. You should learn how to use them, too. You may look refined on the outside, but it's no good if you're not refined on the inside as well. Wow, got fucking burned hard.
Hold it!
And then those cuffs on your wrist. I suppose you are still cuffed in that case. I am well aware of how I'm chained to reality. I couldn't find a key, so I'm afraid that I'm stuck like this. Oh, I didn't. How did I not notice that he was actually that he actually still had handcuffs on? Even though I escaped from that jail cell, I will forever be a prisoner. I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could. How did you manage to escape? I wanted to just get out of there, but the door leading outside was locked. Which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape. I remember our escape to be equally as hard. It was an invaluable piece of testimony. I mustn't let it go unexamined. No, the fuck it wasn't. No, the fuck it wasn't, dude.
Objection!
You say that the door leading up was locked, but was it really? Did you see the cuffs fly off? Like, those are some... I mean, look how big those are. That's some fucking Looney Tune-ass handcuffs if I've ever seen them. Also, what a face you're making, my dude. We're talking about that room behind the saloon front, right? Look, I heard that it took quite a few men to get that thing open. Right, Sheena? Yes, that's correct. Then take a look at this. What is that? A sword? Sounds especially a reliable one if it's broken like that. Allow me to start from the end. My conclusion is the door was never locked. They were simply held shut by this sword, which was used to jam the handle. And Lance, even though your hands were cuffed together, you could still use them. If that's the case, then why did you not just simply remove the sword and escape? Oh, didn't I? I was disoriented. Yes, that's it. I didn't notice it. As if I should accept such a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. But you did not, in fact, possess the key to the door. That's why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your video.
Not so fast!
You've been making this guy out to be one of the kidnappers for some time now. I wonder if you've forgotten something very important along the way? What would that be? A motive, what else? Do you honestly think that an uptight, pure boy like... Okay, look, he's the son of a super rich dude. I'm gonna assume that he's not pure and innocent in any way, shape, or form. Like, I just don't think that's the case here. I don't think that's true. You look kind of like Volkner from Pokemon. You look more like a Pokemon trainer than a Pokemon. Would hatch of a completely pointless scheme, such as kidnapping himself.
Objection!
Agent Lang. This proves that Lance did indeed have a motive to commit this crime. Oh, yeah, the Tinder Lender Loan Company. He had debts to pay.
Take that!
To put it simply, Lance has a very urgent need for money. This is hardly your typical love letter. It is in fact a collections bill. Benefits are upsetting boys accumulated quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance?
Looks like it's hard being the son of a rich man, too. That's probably why it looks like this, because he, maybe it is a threatening letter. Maybe it really is just a hell of a threat. It must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your own old man, huh?
Alright, I'll give up. I abducted myself.
Lance!
It's over, Lolly. In this life, we really are bound to our fates after all. All I wanted to go was to you to a new town, somewhere where no one would know us. I wanted to be so well off that I wanted us to be well off with that $1 million, but now that dream is over.
Oh, Lance.
Then you aren't giving yourself up?
Yes, I'd planned to run away from this world with my Lolly. Paula even helped us with the plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back.
He turned on you.
Maybe he didn't want to split the ransom money, that's my guess. Happened almost right after you made the drop-off. When we were alone, he attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. We left him inside that room as Lolly and I made our escape. We wore different costumes and split up. Lolly left first in the blue badger costume.
I heard me the person Officer Meekin saw was Miss Pops.
But right then, the old man just had to wake up. I was careless and he tackled me pretty hard from behind. Then Oliver put on a bad badger costume, took the suitcase with the $1 million and ran. I contacted Lolly right away and warned her that he had a gun. I had no idea that they were related, so I thought that it could only end badly. I still don't believe it. That person was not my father. Because if he was, I just killed my own father. Oh, and it really was you? That man was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with $1 million in it. That badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. I'm sorry, you mean the model gun? You mean the fake gun? You mean the one that's not real? Wait. Hold on. But Oliver died standing atop the stage. No, we're still missing something. Something's wrong. There's still a missing costume. There is a fourth person. That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. There was a gunshot. The other person crumpled to the ground and I ran, scared for my life.
I think the big picture is finally coming into focus, don't you?
Ollie, forgive me. I didn't think it would turn into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you. So, Miss Pops, she assaulted her own dad without even knowing who he really was?
If what she says is true.
Are you saying she's lying? But why would she lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve?
You would be surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? It means it's not lying, it's just being wrong.
What I mean is, listen very carefully to the confession once more and you'll see.
Rebuttal, cause there's a problem. There's a problem. There's a missing costume. Missing costume.
Objection!
Wrong one. That might be useful in a bit, but not right now. I think I'm more or less in the right spot.
It's a cravat, and it's a fashion statement.
But that badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. Except again, we know that the gun wasn't fucking real.
Hold it!
Were you able to clearly see the gun?
Yes, I got a very good look at it while it was pointed at me. Oh, Father, how would you try to shoot me?
Do you really think a father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth?
I don't know. I don't want to believe it myself. But it's true. My father's left arm... Left? Left, you say? Left arm, you say? Left arm, you say, because the model guns are only in the right arm. And Mr. Navarre was also right-handed. Went straight at me. I'm about to die, I thought. Miss Potts, please calm down and take a deep breath. And then would you allow me to please hear that last statement one more time? Yes, of course. Your father was not left-handed. He would never shoot a gun with that. It would be wildly off aim. I have here a dossier on your father. But according to this, your father was right-handed. Then, the person pointing a gun at you from atop the stage was not Mr. Deacon. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you need to take a refresher course. The Bad Badger has a model gun attached to his right hand, which is why the only gun hand he could have held the real gun with was his left. Isn't it possible that it went down like that? Were you paying attention to what Miss Potts was saying? Then again, I suppose I can't expect someone who has never set foot in court to catch it. Enough with the smugness. Out with it already. Okay, look, if you're allowed to be smug to me, I'm allowed to be smug to you. That's how this works. Miss Potts told us all earlier. A Bad Badger pulling the suitcase with $1 million. According to you, the Bad Badger had the gun in his left hand, which would mean that he was pulling the suitcase with his right hand. Is that correct, Miss Potts? Yes, exactly. And I'm sure it was the Bad Badger. It had those huge sunglasses on his face. But if that's the case, even I can see there's a huge contradiction. You're a detective. I'd hope you'd be able to see it. Yes, Miss Potts claims to have seen the Bad Badger, and if the Bad Badger had both of his hands full. These two pieces of information contradict each other, so one must be wrong. They are both correct. Impossible! That just leaves her with an irresolvable contradiction. Taya's statement rests on the fact that she saw sunglasses and beard, but that Bad Badger wasn't wearing pants on his lower half. Oop, wrong one.
Take that!
Our costumes have two parts, a head and the body. Oh, I get it now! The head Miss Potts saw was probably really the head of the Bad Badger. However, is it not possible that the body was that of an entirely different badger? A different badger? Yes, or to put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of this badger. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. Probably this one?
Take that!
His head may have been the Bad Badger, his body was the Blue Badger's. Hold on, let's see here. Who was that had one of those on? I did? And so did Officer Meekins, pal! Nice try, but your logic is a tad illogical. Officer Lee could have been placed under arrest. Oh, wait, hold on. I'd like to strike what I just said. Other one. One of those two. It was one of these two badgers.
Take that!
The heck is it? That's the Proto Badger. Yes, and it's a simple matter of process of elimination. Miss Potts was wearing the Blue Badger's costume, so we can eliminate that one. And the Pink Badgers are the wrong color, which would have been incredibly obvious. All that is left is the Proto Badger costume. Miss Potts, who was the one who wore the Proto Badger costume? Would be Lance.
Not so fast!
Are you saying what I think you are? Now Lance Amano donned the Bad Badger's head and pretended to be Mr. Deacon, on top of which he plotted to shoot Miss Potts while wearing that hideous thing.
A setup, that's right! That exactly! I'm thinking that what Lance said was false. I think that Deacon was actually killed in the hideout. And then Lance split up and was like, oh my goodness, we're running away! Oh no, Kayla! Don't do that! Rest in peace to your nose. What was I saying? So if Lance actually killed him, personally not, and it's like, she heard the gun fire. The thing that she was handed was the model gun, the one with a blank in it, and he only pretended to get shot. Oh wait. The stage that was set up in the stadium was nothing more than that, a setup, and its purpose was to lead Miss Potts into believing she had committed murder. Standing there in front of Miss Potts and pretending to be the victim. It was all done that she would pull the trigger.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Why exactly would I have had to do all that, huh? There's but one reason. Lance Amano, you are the real culprit behind the murder of Mr. Oliver Deacon. Oh, what? No. That's slander. Take it back. You take it back right now. Just out of curiosity, Lance, what's your dominant hand? I'm left-handed, but what does that have to do with anything? It depends. According to Miss Pulps, her attacker held a gun in his left hand. Ha! Who is what-handed doesn't prove a thing. And besides, now you're just being absurd. Hold on.
So many deliveries lately. I blame Fluffy. What came in now? What is this that came in for us, Biscuit? Oh, nice. It's your new toys. It's your bread catnip toys. I'll open these later. I'll just set those right here for now. We'll see if you're affected by them in a minute. Let me throw this away. In a minute? In like a couple hours. Yeah. Yep. Look. Biscuit, I tried to keep you in my lap. He also really likes the new wands that have the bells on, because they have bells on them. I will say this, Biscuit's number one thing that he loves to chase is anything that jingle jangles. He likes the jingly jangly.
It's not like the Proto Badger is bulletproof. One misfire and he would have found himself dead, right? Of course, logically, if he had been shot, he probably wouldn't be here with us. But I believe he had thought of that as well and prepared accordingly. And this should be all the evidence you need. This is how Lance made sure he wouldn't be hit by a bullet.
Take that!
Oh, we found one half of a Bad Badger costume in the hideout, a broken one. It was not the same one that the victim was wearing, plus it was missing something. And that something is the model gun that the Bad Badger carries, which can fire blanks. What? Miss Pops, where is the gun you use now? I threw it away into the sea. That makes it a bit tough to verify what it was, although I believe that we can safely assume that it was the model gun in question. I've heard enough. All you've been spouting so far is pure conjecture. I admit that as long as the model gun is lost to us, I can't prove I'm right. However, I can say that the probability that I am right is very high. Okay, let's pretend that you're right and that the murder at the stadium was a fabrication. In that case, where do you think the murder really took place, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't know yet. Ha! I knew you were full of it. However, I do believe that murder took place during an earlier time frame.
Please, wait a second. It's simply not possible because I saw Mr. Deacon after he was restrained by Lance.
She saw the victim in the state of being restrained.
I came back to the hideout long after the other two. By that time, Lance had already subdued and restrained Mr. Deacon. He had tied Mr. Deacon securely to the beam in the room next door. After that, the two of us put on our costumes and made our escape. The room next door. I'm sorry. Are you talking about Miles fucking Edgeworth?
So Mr. Deacon must have escaped after the two of you left, right?
We thought that it'd attract too much attention if we left together, so I left first. We planned to meet up again at the stage in the stadium. And then, as I was walking through the park, I got a call from Lance on my cell phone.
Oliver managed to escape. It looked like he was waiting until I was alone. He also stole from the gun from me at that time. And then the murder happened. Mr. Deacon must have overheard their plan to meet up at the stage. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, Miss Pop saw the victim with her own eyes.
Again, I was the one tied up to that pole.
Which means that the victim was still alive at that time, wouldn't you agree? Why does that sound wrong to me? There must be something amiss about this account. Let's see what happens when I examine it in more detail.
Why don't you... Okay.
Hold it!
How did Lance look at that time?
He looked shocked.
He also looked a little down. When I saw that sadness in his eyes, thank you, that's enough for now. And what's Mr. Deacon? What was his situation like?
Hold it!
You are sure that it was Mr. Deacon that you saw?
Yes, I'm certain of what I saw.
Did you go into the other room to check?
Lance said that it was best if I didn't get too close to him. Lance, he's such a kind soul.
Then are you telling me you did not confirm that it was Mr. Deacon for yourself?
I checked through the slit in the door that separates the two rooms. He had a bad badger's head on, so I'm absolutely sure. That just had to be Mr. Deacon.
She saw a bad badger head?
Hey, guess what?
Objection!
I'm sorry, that was me. I was the one tied up.
Miss Pops, the person you saw was not Mr. Deacon at all.
Huh?
And the person you actually saw was this person. Kay Faraday. Wait, no, Lance Amano. No, wait, no, that's not wrong. Miles Ed... Wait, no, that's me. It was me.
Huh? The person I saw was you, Mr. Edgeworth?
I always thought it was a bit odd. Why would the kidnappers abduct me, even after I had handed over the ransom? It's not as though I saw the face of the kidnappers. If I were them, I would have just taken the $1 million and ran. But in the end, there was a point to it all. It was to make me look like Mr. Deacon. And if that was the reason for which I was abducted, then I believe we can assume that the victim was already dead at that time. Well, Lance, am I right?
That's...
You showed Miss Pops a person, namely me, with a bad badger's head on, and then made your costumes escape together. Or so you pretended.
Huh? What do you mean he pretended?
Exactly that. Exactly that. I believe Lance watched you escape and then doubled back to the hideout. Probably to come and remove the bad badger head from my unconscious self. And to create his fake prison with the prop sword. He then escaped via the passageway. Hold your tongue, boy! Don't get caught up in that tidal wave of words coming out of Mr. Prosecutor's mouth. Tidal wave? We've heard a lot come of you, but I've yet to see a shred of evidence. The victim's betrayal and his subsequent detainment. All that could have happened while you were out cold.
That's right! You were out for quite a while, Mr. Prosecutor.
Even if that were the case, Miss Pops would have still seen me tied to the beam.
I was scared, Mr. Deacon, so I didn't go into the next room. So I really have no idea if you were in there or not, Mr. Edgeworth.
You see, it would seem that you can't prove a thing. Who said that? Please, wait. Mr. Romano. Ho, 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 Miles, my boy! Looks like you're really giving it your all. And Lance, it's not good to cause trouble for others.
Dad.
Oh, let's see. You are the one in charge of the investigation, correct?
I love that the music just went super silly all of a sudden. Like, I'm sorry, are we no longer in the middle of the drama?
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry that my son has been nothing but trouble. And this probably won't make up for anything, but I have some evidence for you. Oh, do you now? Is that what I think it is?
It's the bad badger costume the victim was wearing, and a gun!
I couldn't wait around for the police, so I went and found these myself. It appears that they were disposed of in the sea. Ugh, is there no one in this country who actually obeys the law?
Let me think about that for a second. Let me take a sip of water while I think about that. No, not really. Every single person in the series, including you, breaks the law, and even in small forms, every day. Happens all the time.
There, now. Vigilante, please calm down. What the heck is this scrap of paper?
This appears to be a letter from the Chief of Police. Please allow Mr. Romano complete freedom to do as he sees fit, it says.
What? The Chief of Police? What the... Who does he think he is?
The person who wields the highest authority in this area.
Oh, there now. I'm merely a humble billionaire. Don't ask me to show you my bare skin. I might have tattoos that look like Yakuza, but I might not, and you can't prove it. I'm not allowed in public baths. There is no need to be so upset. I'm not a cop from this land, so I'm not bound by the laws of your country.
Yes, you the fuck are. I don't know if you know how this works, but the law of the land, like, I can't just go to, I can't go up to Canada, break their laws, and not give a shit about the consequences. That's not how this works. That's not how this works.
No. This wasn't meant to strong-arm you into anything. It's just a request. I'm only asking that you please respect the laws of the land. Ugh, can't really say no to that. However, returning to the topic at hand, it doesn't matter who found the evidence, its value remains unchanged. Alright now, let's take a look at this new evidence.
Bye, babies. Enjoy your dinner, Biscuit. Hi, are you doing a stretchy, baby? Is baby doing a stretchy? Darling.
I've already got the results back. I had a special forensics research lab that I'm on good terms with conduct the test. They verified that the blood on this costume belonged to Oliver. As for the gun, the only fingerprints they could find were yours, Lauren.
What?
Oh, you disappoint me, Miles. I can't believe that you would cause my son such stress and heartache. Thank goodness I was able to find the final pieces of evidence. With this, you'll have no reason left to push my poor boy around.
Can I take a look at that gun and see if it's the fake gun?
That's it. These are the case-making pieces of evidence. Huh, I want to be the judge of that.
First of all, I see a piece of glass.
What's this? It looks like there's something inside the costume head.
Finally finished cooking? Hi, Kayla. I hope you are enjoying food. What are you having for dinner? I wish to know. Hey, that sparkle. I bet it's really valuable.
Sorry, but they're just pieces of a mirror. But why are they in here? Could this gun be the actual murder weapon? This bullet's hole.
It looks kind of burnt around the edges. Okay. I got it. I understand. I know immediately. So here's the thing. Like I said, okay. So here's the thing. A blank can kill you. It's generally from a very short distance, especially point blank. But if it's point blank, it still leaves when you fire point blank at anything, it'll leave a lot of gunpowder residue that comes out of the end of the gun. That gunpowder, and it'll also burn whatever it hits. That's what this is. It's from a point blank firing of a gun.
Wait, those burn marks were left by the gunpowder. That's the most important fact.
Why is that?
Because it is proof that the victim was shot at point blank range.
Called it! I'm a genius! Rice and Little Smokies. Oh, I haven't had that in so long. You made curry rice with peppers. Oh, I've never had curry, now that I think about it. Oh, cut to 2 months from now when I can fucking taste again, hopefully. I'll be eating everything! Everything, you hear me, Where'd Biscuit go? Oh, there you are. Hi, Biscuit. I'm not gonna eat your food, though, because you can't eat mine.
I knew that it was point blank. I fucking called and I'm a G. Well, at least not the most definitive piece of evidence you've ever seen.
Thank you, Dad. It should be enough to convince even Mr. Edgeworth over there.
There are fingerprints on that murderous gun, and they prove that it was Lolly who killed Oliver. But Oliver was also after Lolly's life. So, Mr. Edgeworth, even you must see that Lolly was only acting in self-defense. The fingerprints on the weapon,
Oh no, this isn't helpful at all.
Look, Mr. Edgeworth, all I want to do is to save Lolly. In the end, all I can do is watch on as she takes the punishment for her crimes. That may be all you can do. However, I still have a case to solve and a job to do. The job of unraveling your insidious lie.
You wound me. Why won't you believe me, even in the face of all this evidence?
There are...
Hold it!
Those fingerprints, are you sure they belong to Miss Pops? Oh, there's no mistake about it. Though my connections, I had the best friends...
Okay, also, hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. If I throw something into the ocean, my fingerprints ain't gonna fucking last. They're gone. They're dead. They're washed off. Go away. They're gone. They're goodbye. There's nothing else to find. It's better than wiping them off.
I find that to be a bit peculiar.
Or what? Are you trying to pick an argument with me?
What should I do? Should I raise an objection here?
I want to raise an objection.
Frankly, I don't believe that Miss Pop's print should be on that gun to begin with. And the reason why Miss Pop's print should not be on the gun is...
Alright, well, first of all... Oh, right. Also, she was wearing a costume. Like, if she was wearing a costume when she killed someone, then, like... her fingerprints wouldn't be on it in the first place. Where's the evidence that they were both wearing the
Take that!
It's simply not possible for Miss Pops to have left any prints on the murder weapon. Because, while she was at the stadium, Miss Pops was wearing a costume.
Oh,
but there's no mistake! We found fingerprints! Well, Miss Pops, do you remember touching the gun at all at any time?
yes, as a matter of fact, I did hold it for a bit back in the hideout. I handed it off to Mr. Deacon when he and Lance left for the haunted house.
To retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. And there you have it. That is when Miss Pop's prints found their way onto the gun. Arrgh. Do you understand now, Mr. Romano? The fingerprints do nothing to prove that Miss Pops is the murderer.
You still don't have anything to prove that she isn't the killer, right?
You're so very adamant about insisting that your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer.
Oh, Lance? What? No way! I'm incredibly worried about her. That doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right?
Oh, that's where you're wrong. I have the evidence.
What? How?
On the story that Miss Pops killed the victim at the stage in the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true because that was not the real crime scene but a setup. This proves that the real murder was not committed at the stadium at all.
Take that!
Let us take another good look at the costume the victim was wearing. And then I believe you will see why I insist he was not shot at the stadium. This is the part of the costume that proves it.
Take that!
The burn around this bullet hole was made when the victim was shot at point-blank range.
So then, you mean the murder Miss Olbach saw at the stadium really was?
Yes, she saw two people, but they were separated by a distance. If the victim was indeed shot from below the stage, there shouldn't be a gunpowder burn. Look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants Prosecutor. Since you seem to know all the answers, why not tell us where the real crime scene is then? That set me up to look like Mr. Deacon back at the hideout. If that's the case, the murder must have happened prior to that. And the location where Lance and the victim were at just before I was imprisoned was...
the haunted house! It's the one place that we haven't investigated at all because we haven't had a reason to.
Take that!
I think it's not unreasonable to assume the murder took place in the haunted house.
The haunted house?
Yes, and I have proof that it's highly likely the victim was killed there. What proves that the blah 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 blah, it's the shard of glass that was found inside the head.
Take that!
These were inside the costume the victim was wearing. The fragments of a mirror. A mirror? And what's that have to do with anything? Indeed, you don't exactly expect to find pieces of a mirror inside a costume.
Yeah, that's actually pretty dangerous.
However, there is one place I can think of where there is a plethora of mirror fragments. And that is the haunted house. Lance Romano, I propose that you killed Mr. Deacon with the revolver in the haunted house. Apparently we're playing Clue now. Accuse! My official accusation, please let me open the envelope and it says right here, I win, fuck you bitch.
See, this is why I'm getting surgery in a month. Can't fucking breathe through my goddamn nose.
After that, you stole the blue Batmobile to move his body to the Wild Wild West area. The timing of when the blue Batmobile was stolen confirms this as fact. Miles, my boy, say no more. I'm sorry, Mr. Romano, but I cannot do that. Be quiet. Yes, please do something. Stop that boy from speaking any more nonsense. Ernest Romano, correct? I meant you. Now be quiet, Gramps. How dare you! I am a rich man! I have money! I'm a billionaire! I can do whatever I want! I don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call these mirror bits decisive is a bit too presumptuous, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Sheena, wasn't there a mirror in the kidnapper's hideout?
Yes, there was a mirror there. A mirror that's for the haunted house.
You see, isn't it possible the fragments got into the costume there? But, Agent Lang, there were no fragments on the floor, so the probability is very low. Probability? Lang Z says, on Truce Pass, the word probability does not exist. The only thing that does is definite proof. The question, Mr. Prosecutor, is, do you have the definite proof you need?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you?
Do I have some old evidence that proves the murder took place at the haunted house?
Let's go to the haunted house. Let's go take a look. We haven't been over there, right?
The answer is no. See, so since you don't have any, shut up!
I don't have the evidence yet, but
I'm certain the murder occurred around the time I turned the ransom over.
At that time, the only people at the haunted house, besides myself, were Lance and Mr. Deacon. If I can prove that the murder took place in the haunted house, then I can prove Lance's guilt in connection to the murder. What now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Agent Lang, I have a special request.
Yeah?
I'd like to prove to you that the scene of the crime was indeed the haunted house.
Why in the world are you asking the werewolf for permission?
Because I don't really have a choice if I want to find the truth. Alright, permission granted. For you not to touch a single thing, got it?
That won't be a problem. All that's important to me is that the truth be brought to light. It doesn't matter by who or how it's done as long as it is.
Sheena!
I'm here.
Put in paperwork for the authorization immediately.
Understood. I'll go get the Gatewater Group's approval.
Who was that?
No. Let's hold on for a second. There is no need to obtain approval.
Mr. Romano, Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this. What is this? Sheena?
It's the deed to the haunted house.
The deed? Read it out loud.
Gatewater Land Inc. hereby bequeaths the property known as the haunted house to Mr. Romano for the lump sum of $1 million paid in full in cash?
What?
Oh, as you can see, I'm now the legal owner of the haunted house.
Are you kidding? When did you...
I ran into the owner of the park earlier, and we made the deal almost immediately. How quickly things move when you can prepare $1 million in the blink of an eye.
I hate rich people like this. I fucking hate you. I'm going to beat your ass and steal your money and distribute it out to people who need it.
That's $1 million you paid. Don't tell me it was...
Oh, that's right. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? I don't have any more use for it, so you may have it back now.
You used the ransom money.
Lance is a good boy. He even apologized for the kidnapping a bit earlier. So I do believe that I will forgive him. After all, we did return the ransom money. It's the way things are, so if you would please discuss things with me from now on.
Discuss? When's there to discuss?
Why, permission to enter the haunted house, of course.
While we were busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Romano was out there preempting us.
I feel like that just proves it, right?
Permission to search the haunted house is denied. End of discussion. I'm coming back with a fucking warrant.
Fuck your fucking bullshit. I'll get a goddamn warrant if I have to. I'm arresting your goddamn son.
Agent Lang, I want you to arrest that girl. And Miles, you should hurry on home now, my boy, before I really lose my temper.
Mr. Romano definitely has the deck stacked in his favor here. What should I do? If I leave it like this, the truth will be lost forever.
What do you mean to be continued? We're at the end. Let me beat his ass. Let me just beat him up. I have fists. I can put on a costume so people don't recognize it's me. What do you mean wait, how is this only the beginning? Kaiju Stomp. I don't have animation. I've been working on well, I haven't worked on a thing in a while. I might get back to it soon. Pretend I'm stomp. Wait, no, hold on. This will work as a stomp, right? Tell me if you can hear this. I heard that. That's me going fucking objection, you bastard.
If I get your permission to investigate the crime scene, then the truth will be lost.
Hold it, hold it, hold it! Observe my dramatic wind.
Hey,
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten? There's only one thing you should do at a time like this.
and what is that?
When the people are in a bind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. Look, you just leave it to me. For I am Care Faraday, the second of the great Yatagarasu, and oh shit, I just said that in front of the entire police force.
Shh. But I thought you were a thief, not a hero.
Yatagarasu is noble and is always a thief of justice.
That's... of course.
If we have enough information, I can recreate the inside of the haunted house with this. Oh right, I forgot about that. I forgot about her magic telephone. Plus, if we then factor in everyone's testimony,
you can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the ransom money. You'll be able to figure out some new information through this. It's worth a try. Agent Lang. Ah, so you want us to use your little toy? Be my guest.
Okay, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.
Detective Gumshoe, is there a copy of the haunted house's blueprint among the police reference documents?
Yes, sir! We got it just in case we need it for the kidnapping case. Alright, I'll input the haunted house data then. Everyone be prepared to be amazed.
Oh, what is this? Where are we?
It's like we're inside the haunted house.
Before we can inspect the real location itself, the path to the truth summers here. If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Now then, I believe I'm ready to investigate the crime scene.
Okay, what should I recreate first?
You haven't figured it out yet.
Maybe I have, and maybe I haven't, but I'm going to make you do all the hard work.
Very well. I'd like to inspect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. The two of them were definitely in this place at that time. If I can verify that, it may provide me with a new lead. I had just come out of the hallway after leaving the money inside the dining room. At that time, I saw a badger slumped over on the floor at the end of the hall.
What was a badger doing all the way down there?
I also thought it was strange. However, I thought that maybe it was simply a mannequin that was set there for atmosphere. Certainly is terrifying enough.
Do you know which badger it was?
No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw was its silhouette.
In that case, I guess I'll just program a badger silhouette in for now. Okay, programming complete.
Then I started walking towards the exit.
And that's when you were struck from behind, right?
Yes.
But that's odd. The hallway is a dead end. Where did your assailant come from?
There's only one location I can think of. I believe my assailant was lying in wait here.
Take that!
That doll I saw wasn't really a doll. It was, in fact, a costume kidnapper.
Oh, so we used the costume as the perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house.
Precisely. He waited until I had made the drop-off, and was about to leave. And then, just as he saw me take a step towards the exit, he stood and launched his attack. I can think of no better hiding place than this.
Hey, not bad. I'm beginning to think I should steal this tactic for myself.
Just don't use it to do anything criminal, okay?
This is when the proto-badger beat us over the head. It hurts.
Well, Lance.
What are you asking me for?
As one of the kidnappers, I figured I should give you the chance to confess first.
I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. I did come up to the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up the ransom money.
He didn't set foot inside. Is he telling the truth, or is this another lie? Alright, they're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me?
Yes, I'm sure it was him.
Okay, inputting the new info now. Mr. Deacon was the Bad Badger, right? Since the Bad Badger has a gun attached to its right hand, I'll have to change it so the weapon is in its left hand. Except, once again, that doesn't work, because he was right. Now to verify the facts, this recreation. Except now there's a contradiction in the fact that Deacon was right-handed. You didn't recreate the weapon. Well, I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about, so tell me, what were you hit with? The attack came from behind, so I have no idea. But I doubt it was someone's bare hands. Okay, then where were you hit? I was hit on the right side of my head, just above my temple. There was a bit of blood, but it wasn't anything serious. Ouch! Sounds painful. Why are you smoking like that when you say it? It's just your imagination. Now let's see. I wonder if there's anything in the hallway that could have been used as the weapon. Maybe that sword? I'm looking for something the culprit could have used to hit you with.
Take that!
I have it. There is indeed one such object lying here in this hallway. A prop sword. Are you talking about this thing here? But here's the thing. If Edwards was hit on the right side of his head, if it was Deacon in the Bad Badger, he could only have used his left hand, but not only was Mr. Deacon right-handed, but also that would have hit the left side of Edward's head. Which means it had to be someone right... Wait. But Lance is left-handed, so... Yes, although we did find it at the kidnapper's hideout. Wait, yes, it's possible that the culprit took it with him after using it on me. To leave no evidence behind, right? Correct. And maybe with a more thorough examination yet. Okay, so what do you want to run on this sword? Test for Lumina! The culprit was wearing a costume at the time, so a fingerprint analysis is useless. Let's run a luminol test. It's possible that some of my blood found its way onto this. Agent Lang, may I ask for your cooperation in this matter? Like I have a choice. Sheena! Call the lab boys. Understood. I didn't want to see him again. Except for the dab on the left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless. So it must have been from the left side of the prop sword that hit you, right? So, again, someone holding it in their right hand. In the right temple with their right hand. But Deacon's right-handed, but also the gun was in that hand. So, but Lance is left-handed. I'm confused. Okay, I'll update the recreation with this new piece of info. And in the next instant, this badger will swing his left arm, complete with weapon in hand. Yes, to club me with the left side of the prop sword. Shall I recreate the moment of impact? I want to see the pained expression on your face. It's just fine with the way it is. Wait, maybe not. Is it just my imagination, or is something not quite right? Let me look at my evidence real fast. Hit me in the right temple area with this. But again, the right temple area is here. So unless he was swinging it, like, outward, which this does not look to be, like, if he swung it from here to here, that would make sense, but he's holding it up here, which means the arc was like this. If he was holding it here, then the arc would have gone that way. But he went, wah! It's me. I have to say, it's rather embarrassing to see myself like this. Oh, so what were you thinking about at the time? I don't recall, but I would guess that I was thinking about the kidnapping. Really? Because I don't think so at all. Your face practically screams, I'm about to be conked over the head! If I had known that at the time, do you think I would have let myself be hit? You know, the Bad Badger is pretty bad looking when you see him up close. Well, what did you expect from a character named the Bad Badger? And those sunglasses! Wearing them in the dark makes him look seem extra bad. Now I'm lost. Which meaning of bad does she really mean? And also, would you have been able to see through those sunglasses? Yes? Multiple problems?
Eureka!
Finally, I found a clear contradiction of the facts about the sword. Except for a bit on the left side, this prop sword is absolutely spotless. However, if the culprit had to use his left hand, the blow would be on the opposite side.
The opposite side? Huh?
If the culprit held the sword in his left hand, the sword's right side would hit.
I see, but the blood was on the left side of the sword, right? Which means that he used his right hand to hit you.
Exactly. And this prop sword has a large hand guard attached to the hilt. It'd be impossible to hold it with two hands while wearing a costume with such big hands. Therefore, if it couldn't be the left hand or both hands, it must have been the right.
I'll change the data to reflect a right-handed swing.
Not yet, Kay. There's no sense in changing anything yet. If you change the parameters to the right hand, it only creates a new contradiction. Changing the prop sword to be in the culprit's right hand would conflict with what?
Take that!
The bad badger already holds a gun in his right hand, so he can't hold a sword in addition.
Hey, that's right. Then what now? If it wasn't his left or his right hand?
It means that the one who struck me could not have been the bad badger. Are you paying attention, Lance? Mr. Deacon could not have been the one who struck me. Which leaves only you as our primary suspect.
Fine! It was me! I hit you! Except he didn't even think to try and say that, fucking, he's left-handed, so he would have used the sword in his left hand anyways, but...
It appears that you lied to me yet again, but see how quickly they catch up to you, Lance.
Oh, wait, isn't Lance left-handed? Thank you, Kay.
Ah, yes, but that's what makes this deception all the more interesting. He used his right hand to make it look like Deacon had been the one to strike me. For you see, firing a gun with one non-dominant hand is difficult, but that level of dexterity is required to swing a prop sword. Okay, please input the new data. The one who hit me from behind was Lance, or shall I say, the proto-badger, which is much more terrifying to find in a haunted mansion. Infinitely worse. Look at this thing's face and tell me you want to meet this thing in the middle of a haunted mansion. Horrific. And now we have a faithful recreation of the situation around the attack on me.
Oh, right. All we have to do is examine the new recreation and...
And what exactly is so funny, Agent Lang? That amusing little gadget. It sure packs a punch, right, Sheena?
Yes, it was all I could do to hold my laughter in. Hey! Don't make fun of little thief, you mean old werewolf. You and Mr. Edgeworth bring out the best in each other.
You've had your little fun, but now it's my turn. I sat quietly by, listening, but the crude conclusions you two keep spewing don't whet this wolf's appetite. There's no guarantee that your toy will always show the real situation at any given time. All it displays whatever information you put in there, right?
Well, when you put it that way...
Your suppositions are wrong. It's not your fault, so I'm gonna let you in on this. There's a trick to this haunted house. And what may that be, exactly? A trick beyond what your tiny imaginations can produce. Sheena!
Here you are.
Now then, what you missed, Curly, is written right here in the pamphlet. The 7 wonders of the haunted house. The 7 wonders of the haunting house. The disappearing badger?
Uh-oh. What is this?
I'd say that someone around here is fond of theatrics. And as you can see, they set a doll down at the end of the hallway for that purpose. Basically, the blue badger you saw was just a stupid doll. How can this be? Guess that throws your whole theory about it being your attacker right out the window.
But that can't be right. Maybe the culprit hid the doll somewhere. And then he laid down and pretended to be it instead.
If the criminal couldn't even hide himself in the hallway, then how could he hide a giant doll? Do you get it now? Thanks to your presumptions, your logic started off weak and led you to completely wrong conclusions.
And you didn't think to maybe bring this up earlier? You're being rude! Rude, little bastard!
Now get off your high horse.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay, I wonder if you could please input the new information for me. You don't know when to quit, do you? I can't quit. Not until I can declare that I found the truth. Agent Lang, for the additional information, you have my thanks. There you go again. Well, see if I care.
Okay, I'm uploading the recreation now. That looks really weird. Look at how it changes from the blue badger into the proto badger all of a sudden.
If the slums over Badger was just a door, where was my attacker hiding?
Well, that's what we're going to find out, right? So come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go!
Yes, let's. This recreation can't be right, which means there must be a contradiction somewhere. Piece of a set of armor on a pile here. Why do you think they almost always have sets of armor inside haunted houses? I suppose this sort of interior design is meant to bring out a sense of the abnormality.
Why do all your explanations have to be so hard to understand, Mr. Edgeworth? I'll try explaining it again, but this time so that even a thief like me can get it.
That may prove the most difficult task.
This is where the Proto-Badger shows up in our recreation.
Yes, now the question is, where did he come from?
Yeah, but there's no place to hide in our current model.
There must be an inconsistency somewhere. When you take a look around, it almost feels like more of a house of mirrors. Indeed, who has ever heard of this many mirrors inside of a haunted house before?
Well, at least we know this is the real crime scene thanks to those mirror shards. Hey, wait! These shards, there's something different about them.
Oh?
The ones we found earlier are thicker than the shards from these mirrors on this wall. And look, there's some sort of design on the back too.
Pieces from that costume are certainly different from the other mirrors. What does this mean? Could it be that our pieces are not pieces of these mirrors?
Curiouser and curiouser.
The Blue Badger is just a doll for use in this haunted house.
I bet the one who killed this Blue Badger was the Bad Badger, right?
According to the Blue Badger Bible, it says that they are each other's worst enemy.
All because one's an ally of justice, the other's a vile criminal with a gun?
Perhaps, but perhaps they were just destined to battle each other. Much like the Steel Samurai, the evil magistrate.
I love that he's legitimately a fan. Is it connected to any of the evidence that we hold? It's a doll and not a costume, right? It's literally the only thing here. That's what I'm trying to find, but I don't see anything. And also, they have the blueprints. If there were hidden doors, they should be on the official blueprints that were given to the police. So I was thinking that too, Fluffy, but I don't think that's possible.
It's the Proto-Badger who struck me. I suppose I should really say that it is Lance.
Oh, are you going to get him back?
I need not resort to violence when the lawsuit I plan to bring to court will suffice.
Really? Because I would totally abduct him right back. If someone steals from me, I steal something from them. If I get hit, I hit them back. If I get paid, I return the money. That's the secret to how a great thief works.
Her third statement doesn't seem to be of much benefit to her survival. It's a replica of myself.
You were totally oblivious of what was behind you, huh?
Yes, I suppose I am also to blame for what happened to me. It was incredibly dark, which is all the more reason I should have been more alert. I vow to never be caught by surprise again.
Something's missing.
Do you not trust me?
That is... Your face is all beat red, Miss Pops. I can't... Oh. Oh, don't tell me you like that guy more than me. That's... Oh, why am I so pathetic? I'm so easily swayed by even a single glance.
What exactly is she going on about?
I think you have another guilty person on your hands, Mr. Edgeworth. Ah, Edgeworth, he really is the ace investigator here. I don't think talking to anyone's gonna help me. Literally, the only thing we can do is to do something. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I almost forgot. We have puzzles. No, we don't. We have a puzzle. Rude. We do not have puzzle pieces. We have puzzle piece, singular. He already admitted to hitting me. Let's go talk to Lance. You, boy.
You can lie all you want, but it'll all be for naught, Lance. As soon as I expose the truth, you will be placed under arrest.
How can you do this? After all my dad's done for you.
What your father has done for me is unrelated to the charges you face now.
Unbelievable. You know, you sound kind of like a bully right now, Mr. Edgeworth.
If I'm not serious about this, he will never understand the true gravity of his crimes. I will not allow him to remain a child forever.
Ha! How you sound like a dad.
Arsh, my boy, what is the meaning of all this? Do you plan to pay me back for all I've done for you with the conviction of my son? I have not forgotten my debt to you. However, your son's crimes are a separate matter. Further, I can't ignore the truth when it's right before me. You will really regret this, I promise you that. No matter the outcome, I never regret the choices I make.
So have you noticed anything worthwhile? I have no obligation to talk with you. I'm fine with just a little thief in solving this case. That toy is very well made. That's because the heart of the noble thief Yatagarasu.
Okay, that might be something you want to advertise to everyone.
So, Sheena, what exactly is the source of this extra-dimensional space?
I believe this is nothing more than a projection from that girl's toy.
So it's all an illusion, right?
Yes. Hey, don't treat this like some sort of silly light show. I'm missing something.
Assuming the good scanner will provide us with the proof we need.
Yeah, of course. Pretty neat, huh? By inputting info like this, it can recreate the crime, blah blah blah. Although, was originally intended to be a training sim. It's for practice! Practice! Not like I've actually stolen anything yet. Oh wait, now I'm curious what that one is, because something else popped up. How am I supposed to... Oh. This is very basic stuff. Things that are not present in our time, but were in the past. Outlined in a dotted line are things that exist now, but didn't in the past. You can examine and interact with replicated people and objects as you normally do. You can even present evidence whenever you find an inconsistency. Oh, and be sure to point out mistakes in the recreation with evidence too. Okay. Okay, so that was a very pointless bit of questioning. That's fine. 100% there's only one thing to do.
Eureka!
Never mind.
There is something wrong with this scene, that much I know for sure. Or maybe it's just a trick of the eye. No, that can't be it.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Hi, Delphi. Hi, hi.
I'm wondering if I can bring that in. I don't think I can.
How you doing? You're live! With the eyes? Well, let me take a look at my evidence. We have the pamphlet that talks about 7 Wonders of the Haunted House, the Disappearing Badger. And that's what we have here. Oh wait, no, it's the positioning. It's the placement's wrong. I think. Because what's that behind the badger? Is that his... Is that... That's not the window, though, is it? That doesn't look right. He's definitely not that close to the corner. Okay, let me keep looking around to see what else I have real fast. Oh! Oh! Oh, I know what it is! Look! At the picture here... The picture... You're right, the disappearing badger and the trick of the eye. Because look! Look at his... I think it is a mirror image. Look! His trap is going the wrong way.
That's the problem. It must... In other words, the disappearing badger only appears in the mirror. It's not a physical doll.
Eureka!
Hold on a second here. There's something wrong with this blue badger. Huh? Like what? The way the belt is on him is opposite of how it should be. Did you make a mistake? That can't be. I inputted the image data exactly as it is in the pamphlet. So then why is the blue badger dressed up in reverse? 'Cause it's in a mirror. It's in a mirror. It's in a mirror. It's a mirror image. We're gonna connect the dots. I've connected them. Okay, do you remember what you said earlier? What I said earlier about what? About how this building might as well have been a house of mirrors. A house of mirrors? Oh, yeah, that would explain the reversed or mirror image. Yes, this blue badger might be nothing more than the reflected image of a real one. Then was the blue badger you saw just a reflection? When I looked down this hole, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, if there was a mirror... Oh, then it would actually form an L shape, right? Precisely. I was deceived. The hallway was almost pitch black. And there was a beam in the way that obstructed my view of the other hallway. But why build a place like that? It sounds pretty pointless to me. Okay, this house is an attraction at an amusement park. They created a mirror wall for a very specific purpose. One I can point out to you. Well, this was the reason they built a mirror wall. To scare people? It's a haunted house?
Take that!
As it's written in the pamphlet, the main role of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger. If you mean they built the mirror for that trick alone? But you said you saw the badger, so it was definitely still there. It was true at the time, however. Doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash. Move the mirror wall, move the blue badger, dim the lamps? All they have to do is move the blue badger. But do you think someone could really do that? Well, it's a rather expensive prop, so that isn't possible. Doesn't that kind of ruin the whole point? Maybe it is moving. I guess it's moving the window wall. Or dimming the lights. It's probably a lights thing. All they would have to do was dim the lamps. So that's how it's done. If it was completely dark in here, then you wouldn't be able to see the badger anymore. Yeah. Wait, hold on. That's completely pointless. You wouldn't be able to see anything at all, not even where you were going. Is that necessarily a bad thing? Well, it is if it negates the point of the attraction. Okay, so it is the mirror wall that moves. To remove a reflected image, simply move the mirror. First, the mirror was constructed so that it could be moved. And then, beyond the mirror was an empty hallway had to be created. Oh, okay, this makes sense. Oh, so when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they would open the mirror. And when they wanted to hide it, they simply had to close it again. This explains why the other side of the fragments have a design on them. And if the pattern is the same as the other walls in this hallway, then when the mirror is closed, it would blend in with the rest of the walls. This is the mirror trick that this haunted house employs. And this also proves the existence of a hiding place for the culprits. Huh? How so? Think about it, Kay. There was a place that was outside of my field of vision. I get it.
Take that!
I'm surprised this wasn't on the blueprints we had. There was a very large blind spot, one I could not see beyond, and it was here. If my assailant hid on the other side of the movable mirror, then you wouldn't be able to see him. He didn't even need to do anything to the blue badger doll. Exactly. All he had to do was wait for me on the other side of the mirror. Oh wait, hold on. I just thought of something. Yes? Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now in reality? Since we have a few shards of it, we can probably assume it is. Yes, it most definitely is broken. The question is, when was it broken? Since we found these inside the victim's costume, that would mean that the victim was there when the mirror was broken. Wait, that sound. That sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror break. Okay, I'd like you to input some new information. Don't scare me like that. Sorry, but I need you to recreate something for me. Sure, whatever you need. Whatever you need. So what do you need, anyway? If you could first recreate this hallway just before I enter the dining room. You got it! So now there's a wall there. Now this, I believe this is how it was, right before I entered the dining room. Although at the time, I thought it was but a single straight hallway. And then I went inside. It was around then that I heard the sound of a mirror shattering.
You heard what? And then...
Yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken.
Okay, so then when you stepped outside into that hallway again...
The mirror wall should no longer exist. Okay, please recreate that. Got it!
Oh, wait, but with the mirror gone, the culprit lost his hiding spot. So where did he go in his proto-badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth?
Huh, that's easy enough. With the mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway.
I think this about wraps it up. Looks like we finally solved everything.
No, not yet. An even larger contradiction has now reared its head.
Huh?
Perhaps you did not notice, but this recreation contained a very troubling inconsistency. Between what I saw and the recreation lies... Here?
Take that!
Okay, take a good look at the end of the hall.
Oh, there's no blue badger there.
Exactly. The blue badger that I saw in reality is not here. This is the final point on this long chain of logic. The last remaining contradiction.
The corpse! He saw the body. The first time he went in, it was the blue badger. But when he came out of the dining room, what he saw was motherfucker, the victim. So let me get this straight. When you came out of the dining room, you saw a badger, right?
And this is precisely where the final contradiction lies. Something that shouldn't exist was there before me. Who or what do you suppose it was? I believe this is the real identity of our mystery badger.
Oh, it wants me to use evidence.
Take that!
The badger I saw was, in actuality, the dead victim's body.
What?
Agent Lang, the entirety of my complete logic is my final, decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off. And you can consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking to be the real time of death for Mr. Deacon.
No!
Maybe it was due to their fighting, or perhaps it was the life-shattering bullet. But no matter what the cause was, the hallway mirror wall was broken. Ha! You were in the house at the time, right? Are you telling me that you missed the sound of a gunshot? There were a variety of sound effects playing at the time. More for theatrics, I assume. The gunshot must have blended right in. Hiya! And now then, I'd like you to recall something for me. Who was it that was with the victim at the haunted house? Who was the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him? It was you, Lance Amano. Whoa.
Tears crying, look at me, Dad. I'm so sad. It's not like I had a choice. Oliver turned on me all of a sudden. It snapped and turned violent right after I hung up on you. He shoved me to the ground and strangled me. I fought back as hard as I could, grabbed his gun, and I shot him. The bullet must have went through his body and shattered the mirror. If I hadn't taken his gun and shot him first, I would have been the one you found. He's a hardened criminal. He escaped from jail.
See? That's justified self-defense. My boy was only trying to protect himself. That remains to be seen and will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I leave the rest to you. As if you were the one in charge around here. Guys, arrest these two and get them out of my sight. Oh wait, I had nothing to do with the murder. The only person you should be arresting is Lance. Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Amano. You tampered with the evidence so that you could cover for your son. What a great dad you are, willing to risk it all. Truly touching. Grr. By the way, do you know why I'm really here?
And how can I possibly know the answer to such an asinine question?
You wound me. I came all this way from across the sea just to see you, you know.
You came to see me?
Oh, that's never a good thing. When it's like, when a cop says, I came all this way to find you, it's like, uh-oh.
What's that supposed to mean? I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Amano, about a case from 10 years ago.
Wait, the case from 10 years ago? You mean the one that Colin DeVore was fucking arrested for?
A case from 10 years ago? Oh, what's the name that you use here for that case? Gina!
It's known as the KG-8 incident.
The KG-8 incident? Oh, so you remember it? Good, then you'll recall that the trigger in that case was the Amano Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of an internal smuggling ring.
Every single case in this game is connected to one thing.
Smuggling. There's that word again. At the time, the person that was arrested as the ringleader was Mr. Amano's very own secretary, Mr. Colin DeVore. Now, Father, even though you pushed the crime onto your thin secretary, Mr. DeVore, I always suspected that you were involved with the smuggling ring, Mr. Amano. Mr. DeVore was arrested in place of you, which is why when he broke out, you hid him from the police, right? You hid him in exchange for his silence on your little dirty secret.
Which is why he had Lance kill him on purpose.
No. Please calm down. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Pretend to be ignorant all you want. We're not taking you down to the precinct anyway for a nice long chat.
Now what?
What the? Who the heck was that?
What the fuck are you doing here?
I'll take him down to the precinct if you don't mind. And who the heck are you? I'm Jack Sportman.
I know it's Jack Sportsman. Jack Sportsman.
And I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case.
Oh, thank goodness you're here.
Don't jerk me around. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off my suspect. Sorry, but I can't comply. I'm at the back of the prosecutor's office. By the way, you're gonna end up murdering someone and being arrested for murder, and then when the first case comes around, because this is still some weird time travel shenaniganry. See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. So if you could please cooperate with me here, that'd be great. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? Sorry, but I hate prosecutors, the whole lot of you. Guys, arrest the two suspects.
Sir.
Oh, I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edwards, is it? I'd like to thank you.
Thank me?
Yeah, for working so hard to fulfill my goal.
Hey, is there any way to thank someone? What the heck is that supposed to mean?
You were so relentless with Lance that you forced Ernest to tamper with the evidence. Thanks to that, I finally had a legitimate reason to arrest him. So how does it feel to bite the hand that feeds you?
The hand that feeds me? I'm not sure I follow.
There's no use pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the corrupt prosecutor that's working for Mr. Amano in the smuggling ring, right?
No, I would never do such a thing.
What the heck? Earntel's never wrong. In your prosecutor's office, there's definitely someone working with the ring.
Yeah, and it's that guy. The one who was very chummy with Amano, and Amano was very happy to see him. What the fuck?
Ah, so Agent Lang suspected my relation to Mr. Amano.
That must be the real reason behind his antagonistic attitude. No, I think he's just kind of an asshole.
On top of that, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right?
Please don't bring up that name, he sucks.
There were non-stop rumors flowing around about forged evidence with that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors, too, are you?
The courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed.
Well, don't worry, it's not only you. A lot of you can't be trusted. Prosecutor who never lost in 40 years. Every defendant must be found guilty. Fueled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies?
Wow, you're actually saying something I agree with.
It would seem that his disdain extends beyond just me. Prosecutors, the court, why is this man so angry with us all?
Because he's seen all the fucking false convictions that happened that you also helped with. Not your fault entirely, but also your fault.
Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. So don't you forget it.
What, do you guys, like, practice the...
Please wait. Agent Sheena. Why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so? Lang is the head of the long-honored House of Lang in Zhangfa. The head of all police-related divisions in that country were of Lang blood.
Were?
What do you mean by that? Aren't they still? They were revered, but that was long ago. They don't hold that sort of sway anymore. And it was all because of the courts. How can that be? A prosecutor once withheld and tampered with the evidence one of the Lang detectives found. That evidence purity was tarnished and cost the Lang family its honor and trust.
But not all prosecutors are like that.
Even so, Lang will never respect the court again, or any prosecutor. Agent Lang is a man who hates all courts and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors.
Man, what a piece of work that guy is. Come on, Jim, we better catch up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's very next thing that happened is you kill him. Good to see you, murderer and murderee. You still got to deliver that thing to the old man, after all. Oh, this might even be the same fucking day. Edgeworth, can you not get, like, even 2 minutes of break?
Detective Gumshoe, I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed out ourselves.
Yeah, are you going home, Mr. Edgeworth?
No, I've done nothing but be entangled in one mess after another since my return. If it's alright with you, can you drop me off at my office?
No problem, sir.
Excuse me?
Yes? What is it?
that is, thank you very much.
Oh, it's okay. Don't need to thank me, pal. Just doing my job as a detective.
I guess I was fooled pretty badly by Lance.
Oh, cruel fate. What's a woman to do when she's been hurt by the one she loves?
And to think I never realized my father was right there. I never said anything to him. I knew it. I'm a failure. There she goes again, talking to herself. Miss Potts, I wonder if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping? No, I have no idea. Your father died while he tried to stop Lance, which means that from the beginning he had no interest in the staged self-abduction. Wait, then why did he... I believe it was because of your presence, Miss Potts. Me? Lance realized that the two of you were related, which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Devore into cooperating. Father? As a felon, he cannot tell you of his real relation to you. However, as the Amano family butler, at the very least he was able to watch over you. That was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. Go on, speak your mind. That is, thank you very much. You're welcome, although there is no need to thank me. No, Lawrence, stop. I mean, this man's so much older than you. Looks like you've completely stolen her away, Mr. Edgeworth.
Way to go, sir!
Your technique is way beyond the level of a great thief. What are you going on about now? What are you talking about? What have I stolen? I have stolen nothing of any consequence. Or anything of all. I am a prosecutor, and as such, I have never stolen a single thing in my life, nor shall I ever. I guess there's a reason why you are called the ace prosecutor. I have no idea what you're referring to. I am quite good at my job. Wow, your deducing skills may be sound, but you have no street smarts.
That's Mr. Edgeworth for you.
Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all. If you haven't remembered in all this time, I guess I'm just going to have to say it. This isn't the first time we've met, you know.
What do you mean, pal? Mr. Edgeworth? How do you know this girl?
Oh, looks like you totally forgot me too, Gummy. Gummy? Here, maybe this will jog your memories. I promised I'd return this to you one day, remember? That single piece of cloth took me back, far into my past. to that fateful day 7 years ago when I first met the thin child Kay and Detective Gumshoe.
Well, that's a story for another time. The end.
Now, we could keep going another half hour. However, my throat's feeling a little wet. So here's what we're gonna do. Turnabout Reminiscence. I see you. But here's what we're gonna do. I think I'm gonna call it a bit early because I'm tired. I'm very tired. My throat's blah, 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 blah. What am I doing? It's just, and also we finished the case, and I want to start fresh next time. Oh, sorry, I had to stretch real hard. Whew. Thank y'all for joining me. Sorry that this was a shorter one. Sorry for not streaming as much recently. Life happens. Life happens. But we'll be back on Saturday for Atelier. We might, so keep your eyes peeled, we might stream on Sunday a special stream where I'm going to do a speed run of Kingdom Hearts 1 that I've been practicing. And I'm going to see if I can get under 3 hours. That is my current goal, is 3 hours. I believe I should be able to do it. But I figured I might as well stream it. So we'll probably do that on Sunday. Until then, until Saturday, y'all have a great rest of your week. Get some water, get some food, all that good stuff. Let me see if there's anyone to raid. I guess I know my throne gift has been delivered. It's right here, in front of me. Let me see who there is. That being said, I might have dinner and then hop on Marvel Rivals. But, oh, is Bree still going? Bree seems to still be going, so we're gonna go raid Bree. Easy as that. Alright. That's all from me. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Thank you, Kayla, for the raid. I'll see you all later. Bye, y'all.